in high school, people would say, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to be when you grow up? And I would say, I want to be an artist. And they would say, pick again. You can't do that. Pick something else. And I always felt like creating was my need, my place in the world was to make things and to create. The whole idea behind a trumpet is you put your lips up to it and you go and when it comes out the other end of the horn, it sounds so good. It's like, whoa. So if it can turn a fart noise into something that sounds good, obviously you can put an iPhone to it, and how awful that speaker is, it'll come out the other end sounding like gold. One of the major wow moments for people is when I demonstrate this and I put the phone into the dock and the music comes through the horn. It sounds better, it's louder, it's cleaner, it's richer, it's deeper, and people just, they go, of course it sounds better. That's what the horn is meant to do. You can get a Bose stereo system that plugs into the wall, and it's mass-produced and it's electronic, and of course it works well. You know, they're very good at what they do. This does something very different, but it does it with a bare minimum of actual parts. Design is going in a very specific direction now, and so a lot of appliances and household goods, they have a very stark, very clean appearance. But back in the 50s, you know, your television was a piece of furniture. It wasn't just a flat, stark, sleek, shiny thing. It was a piece of furniture, and it went with your decor. So I think we're kind of getting away from that and towards this very sterile thing. So I think people are really drawn to these pieces as something that is functional, but also when you're not using it, you don't mind looking at it. I remember in 3rd or 4th grade getting in major trouble for not doing my work in school, but for making things. I would find little scraps of whatever and break ballpoint pens apart and use the guts from the springs and all of the little pieces, and chapstick tubes and corks and bits of wire, and I was making these little spaceships and things and stashing them in my desk at school. And so while the other kids were doing their math work or reading whatever the reading assignment was, I was making this little stuff and stashing it away and getting in major trouble for it. So it was really like you could be a deadbeat artist and, you know, total failure and starve to death, or you could be like a carpenter and frame houses. Those were kind of, that's how it was presented to me. I'm a person that needs to take nothing and turn it into something. I'm a person that needs to start with raw materials, literally raw materials, and turn it into a finished work. Like, that's what excites me. That's what I want to do. And I'm tired of people telling me you can't do that. I'm tired of people trying to force me into something that doesn't fit who I am. I want to follow what excites me, and that's making stuff. It took a long time for me to get to that point where I admitted to myself and just drew a line and stood up to it and said, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. But I did it. It's such a extinct kind of noise that you can't get that from your iPhone, and it's so exciting to me.